Welcome back to Word of the Day with Lance Conrad. Today's word is inevitable. Let me tell you a story. Something that is inevitable cannot be avoided. The sun rising and setting is inevitable. Nothing you can do to stop it or even influence it, at least for the next 5 billion years or so. It is fascinating from a historical perspective how people deal with the inevitability of death. I'd say most of us do a pretty good job of just ignoring it for the most part, but we still have endless resources devoted to trying to cheat death. Still, it's inevitable, and that can actually drive people to accomplishing some amazing things, knowing that their time is limited. I know I won't be around forever, so I try to do things that will leave a positive legacy behind me. There was a brilliant French mathematician, Évariste Galois, who was suddenly faced with his own death. Évariste had a really bad temper, got into fights and arguments quite regularly, even spending 6 months in jail once for threatening the king himself. As you might expect, his temper finally got him into too much trouble, and he ended up being scheduled for a duel on the morning of May 29, 1832. Worst of all, he knew he would lose. The other man was a perfect shot, and Évariste realized that he only had until morning to live. His anger faded in a blink, and to his credit, he didn't spend his last hours feeling sorry for himself. Instead, he wrote a letter, summarizing his life's work in mathematics, detailing all of his thoughts and proofs. He worked through the entire night putting his legacy down on paper. Morning came, the inevitable bullet took him right in the stomach, and he did in fact die. The letter he left behind was incredibly advanced math, forming some of the foundations for quantum theory still used today. We are left to wonder what he might have accomplished if he had survived the duel, because the most tragic part of the story is that Galois was only 20 years old at the time. I hope you enjoyed that word of the day. If you're wondering how to support me in all this, please take a moment to like and share that video with your friends. Let's keep this thing growing. Now, I've also heard of some teachers who have been using this in their classrooms to help teach vocabulary. To support that, we have created some curriculum to go along with the videos, writing prompts and quizzes, things like that. And those can be found at teacherspayteachers.com. Thank you.